Hi, I'm Kelly, and I'm here to show you how quick and easy it can be to program a part, get it ready to cut for the water jet, and then we'll go out to the machine and set up the material on the table and cut the part. So let's get started. This is the iGEMS program. It is a CAD and a CAM program, and what that basically means is you can draw in CAD, you can draw the parts that you want, you can also select from a shape library, or you can import different types of files, DXF, DWG. Those files can be generated by other CAD programs. So here I've imported a DXF file. This is of the WARJET logo. It's a part that's about 5 inches wide by 4 inches tall, and we're going to get it ready to cut. So the first step in doing that is to select our machine and material parameters. So the first is the machine parameter, and for this example I'm going to use my abrasive water jet post-processor, and this is set up for a 14 thou orifice and a 40 thou nozzle, which is the setup that we'll be using out at the machine. The material that we're going to use, you can select from the material database. There's lots of different materials in the database to choose from. We are going to use stainless steel, and then you select the thickness of the material that you're going to be cutting as well. So for this example, we're going to cut this out of 16 gauge. Once our machine and material parameters are set, the next step is to create the part. So to do that, I'm going to my Create Part window, and I'm going to select the contours that I want to actually cut. You can have lots of different parts loaded into the work area, and only select the geometry of the actual pieces that you want to cut out. So once we've created our part, the next step is to put the toolpath on. And to do this, I'm going to use the Auto Toolpath command. Here we can select different things such as the quality of the cut that we want. We can set up our lead-in and lead-out parameters. We determine the length, we can lead in on radius, and we can also choose the piercing type. There's different piercings we can use. We can pierce on the contour, we can use a standard direct pierce, we can do circular piercing and circular low pressure piercing, as well as stationary piercing. Once those parameters are set, I'm going to highlight my part, and the lead-ins automatically appear with the toolpath for this part. If you do want to select manually where the lead-ins are, you can do that as well. We choose the single command, and you can very easily just click anywhere on the part and the lead-in will follow. The next step is to prepare the part for cutting, and what this does is sets the 0 position relative to the part. So for this example, we've defaulted to the lower right-hand corner of the part, and we'll keep that in mind when we go out and set up the part. Where we put the cutting head on the table is going to be set as the 0 position when we cut. The final step is to post-process the part, and really what that does is that turns the picture into code that the machine understands. All of the WARJET water jets read G&M code. Here we're going to give it a name. I'm going to call this WARJET logo, and we'll just put today's date on it, 6-5. The program is trying to save itself to some different locations, so we're going to let it do that. I'm going to save it over to my USB drive, which we'll take out to the machine. The controllers are also networkable. If you're on a server, you can plug that into the controller and have the CNC files saved to a shared drive so that the program is automatically downloaded to the controller. Here you can see some of the code that was generated. It's just standard G&M code. Typically, you don't ever have to edit that, but it is editable if that's something that you need to get into and do for a special project. Here I'm showing you the job report that you can print out, which we will do to take out to the machine. If you have a different programmer from operator, this is a good document that you can share between the two to transfer the information on what's needed to cut the part. It'll tell you certain different things like the name of the program that we're going to be cutting, what pressure we want to cut at, the orifice nozzle combination to use. It also gives us the information about the part itself. So the total cutting length of this part is about 33.8 inches, and it's going to give us a cutting time as well, which is about 1 minute and 15 seconds. And here is a little graphic of the part itself, and like I mentioned earlier, the dimensions of the part. It's 5 inches by just over 3 inches. So I'm going to print this quick, and we'll pick it up on our way out to the machine. And we'll take the USB stick, and we'll meet you out at the machine to cut the part.